Yes, sir. Today we are starting with the new unit. Okay. Unit 3, that is the scientific management. As we have discussed in the first unit, second unit about the management, nature, scope, importance, and management, functions of management, distinction between administration and management. Okay, now we are moving to the third unit. The third unit is scientific management. See, this scientific management, which is related to totally how the management is going to be a matter of experience. Okay, so in the Industrial Revolution of 1776 in England, spread the desire for industrialization. So this scientific management through Industrial Revolution in 1776, they have been started. So the in England, okay, that is the main thing for this revolution, Industrial Revolution, is for industrialization in almost all countries. Okay, in almost all the countries, they used to be use this scientific management all over the world. Okay, so this origin of scientific management is traced to as early 1932. Okay, from when they are struggling from 1776, in 1832 it has been successfully completed, traced to as early as 1832. So this was done through Charles Babbage. Okay, this was done through Charles Babbage
Maybe voice
with the help of Yeah, this was done by the person Charles Babbage, discussed the principles of scientific management. Okay, these principles of scientific management is different, and Henry Fayol's principles of management is different. Okay, so firstly, the principles of scientific management has been introduced by the Charles Babbage in the 19th century. Okay, from the struggling of 19th century, the scientific management emerged as a serious, popularized universally in earliest 20th century. Okay, earliest 20th century. So the principles of scientific management by the another author, Taylor, Frederick Winslow Taylor, contributed to the development of modern methods of mass production and structural organizational theories. For this purpose, they have been developed the modern methods of mass production. Okay, so he was a person for scientific reasoning to the management. He widely regarded as the father of scientific management, who the same person, Frederick Winslow Taylor, in the ancient period. In the ancient period, he is widely regarded as the father of scientific management. And later, coming to modern period, again, that was being taken by the Mr. Louis D. Brandeis declared at the hearings that the scientific management was introduced. Okay, so like this, one after the other author, they going on expanding this scientific management and giving more and more importance to the principles of scientific management. Okay, and finally, the scientific management, which is totally related exactly and do in the cheapest way. Okay? Scientific management concerned with knowing exactly what to want.
Ma'am, your voice is not clear. Ma'am, your voice is not clear, madam. Is madam there? Madam left.
Is it clear?
Yes, madam.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Now is it clear?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So the scientific management is concerned with knowing exactly what men want to do and where they want to do with the cheapest way, according to the person called Frederick Wilson Taylor. Okay. Then after this person, the another author, the person called Peter F. Drucker. Okay. So one after the other, all the authors are developing the scientific management. You want to share the screen. See if you page number is 23. If you are holding page number is 23. See, according to Peter F. Drucker, the core of scientific management is the organized study of work. Okay, the analysis of work into simplest elements and systematic improvement of the worker's performance of the each element. So here, according to Peter F. Drucker, the scientific management, they want to develop the performance of the workers. Okay, they want to develop the performance of workers in each element of work which they are doing. So the scientific management is conscious, orderly human approach to the performance management. Responsibilities are going to taken by the each worker within the work which they are doing, that with the day in day and day out activities which are going to traced, everything will be under the control of the scientific management. Okay, so according, this is one of the definition. There is, according to Peter F. Drucker, mainly he want to say is to develop the performance of the workers which they are participating in each element. Okay, and then after the another author called Walter N. Polacco. Walter N. Polacco. Scientific management will be that kind of process of directing human efforts which employ the scientific method. Okay, so here also the definition is same, which we are when we are comparing with the previous definition. Previously, workers, he was saying, who Peter F. Drucker. But coming to here, this person, Walter N. Polacco, process of directing human efforts which employ the scientific method and management specialist. Hence, it could be defined as one which specializes in application of modern scientific method. So, one after the other person moving towards and developing the scientific management. Now, from ancient, we have been moved to modern methods. Ancient methods was different, and coming to now, modern methods are different. So this modern method specializes in application of modern scientific method of solution for the problems which they are facing in the organization. So through managerial activity, they are going to give us solutions to the problems which they are facing in the organization. Okay. So here some of the points which they need to be considered for the scientific management. The first point is cooperation, not individualism. So there should be a cooperation between all the employees in the organization, and there should be cooperation and coordination between the superiors as well as subordinates. Okay, there should be no individualism. And then maximum output in place of restricted output. Maximum output means to the better results, for the better output, the input which you are taking into consideration, that should be given the better results as output. Okay, and that should be restricted. Restricted means it should be to be limited, not it should go beyond unlimited levels of the organization. Okay, and then the development of each man to his greatest efficiency and prosperity. Okay, the development of each man to his greatest efficiency and prosperity. So taking all these into consideration with the help of the scientific management, from the past ancient methods to modern methods, they has been developed this scientific management. Okay, so here the mostly the main aims of scientific management is to develop each man to his greatest efficiency and prosperity. Okay, the main aim is to develop each man to his greatest efficiency and prosperity. Okay, the aim is to increase production and productivity and reduce cost of production. Okay, the main aim is to increase the production and reduce the cost of production and maximize the prosperity both the employer and employees interest should be common to achieve the goals of the organization. Okay, employer is a person, higher authority, employees is a person, the workers or subordinates working in the organization. Okay, is it clear? So these are the main aims, and coming to objectives of scientific management is that you can see
Ma'am, your voice is not clear, ma'am. It's being struck off.
wait a moment. See, have you got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Objectives of scientific
Yes,
but
madam.
Okay.
clear, ma'am.
Huh?
Your voice is not
My voice is clear. Still it is happening the same.
No,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am. It is clear. No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Yes. Check once again. See, is my voice is
No,
clear?
It's
yes,
clear, ma'am.
yes.
Okay, fine.
ma'am.
See, when we are moving to the objectives of scientific management, the objectives of scientific management are listed below. See, to accelerate the rate of productivity by use of standardized tools, equipments, and methods. To accelerate means to increase the productivity in the organization or enterprise or industry, whatever we are taking as a into consideration, there we want to accelerate. Accelerate means increase the rate of productivity. How we are going to increase the productivity? With the help of the standard tools and equipments and the methods. Just now I said you scientific methods we need to follow for the improvement and development of the productivity. Okay. And the second point, to avoid wastage in the use of resources like time, methods of production. To avoid means when we are undergoing the process of production, the wastage should be avoided. So the wastage is that time. Time is measured by whom? Our time, because human resources is most important. Wherever it should be utilized, wherever the performance should be done, there only we need to do. Okay, unnecessarily if we are doing also, this leads to what? Wastage of time. Okay, and other resources is we can take an example as a capital. Capital is a one-time investment when we are starting any organization or enterprise. So once we has been started this, okay, where we need to follow all the financial terms and conditions so that we can avoid the wastage. Wherever the utilization of resources of capital should be done, there we can do. Unnecessarily if we are utilizing in other ways, then if we need any financial requirement, we can't raise or we can't get from funds from other sources. Okay. And methods also, just now I said you, there different techniques and methods should be followed for the production purpose. So whichever is beneficiary means cost point of view, whichever will be less, we are going to take that method of production into consideration for the productive purpose. Okay, we don't want to go for the higher prices, we want to go with the lower prices. Okay. And the third point is to place right person on the right job through scientific selection and training. Okay, so right person on the right job here means the person who is experienced, qualified, worked in the previous industry or organization. That person should be placed in a experienced level management. Okay, so that they can avoid the time, so that they can avoid the training, so that they can avoid the personality development to those peoples. Already they are trained, already they are experienced. Okay, so and if the person who is fresher, not experienced, he don't have a knowledge, and placing that person in the other activities which they can't get any training or personality development. So what is going to happen there? In that period, the person unable to do the work and he can't give the goal oriented results to the organization. So here when we are selecting the person, we need to choose the persons accordingly. Which person should be placed in which division of work? Division of work should be done accordingly, and it should be placed in according to the managerial level of activities. So to place right person on the right job through scientific selection and training. Okay. And the fourth point, betterment in quality of product by research, quality control, and effective inspection. So when we are doing the production process, what we want to do? the main thing is betterment in the quality of product. They want to maintain a good quality of product by doing before giving a better quality. They will undergo with the process called research. What is that research regarding the quality which they are giving is the better quality or not? Okay, and effective inspection. Inspection is going to done by whom? The person called food inspectors. These persons will be giving the results, not results. They are going to inspect and they are going to say whether they are preparing the food in a quality or quantity or not. They are going to through inspection methods. Okay. And for fifth point, to set up sound system of wage payment so as to attain maximum efficiency. Sound system of wage payment means here the person who is involving in the activities of working as a worker, what he is I mean to say, why he is joining in an organization. What is the main aim? The person who was working under the organization, what his expectation? His expectation is a wage. Wage means per day which he is getting. Okay. If we go for a salary for monthly. So to set up a sound system of wage payment so as to attain maximum efficiency. So with the wage payment which you are giving to the worker, if the person is satisfied with that wage payment, then at that time, his attainment maximum efficiency, the person, the worker, the subordinate, he will be attaining his maximum efficiency for development of the organization. He will be giving the better and good goal oriented results. Okay. If he is not satisfied his wage payment or a salary which he is getting, he can't show more interest in the work. So what it leads? Minimization of efficiency of working towards the organization. So what we require here, the worker should show always maximum efficiency. Okay. So for this purpose, we need to set up a sound system of wage payment. It should be in a satisfied manner to every worker. Okay. And the sixth point, to reduce cost of production by systematic planning and regulation and cost control techniques. Okay. The thing is, we need to reduce cost production. How we are going to reduce the cost production? By planning. This is the first step. When we are planning itself only, we should think about the production, whether the cost production, regulating of cost control, we are using the proper techniques or not. We need to check once and twice. Okay. And seventh point, to ensure a regular supply of goods to the consumer at reasonable prices. So once you are supplying goods to the consumers, that should be produced at a reasonable price. So when the regular supply of the goods to the customers is there will be continuation in the production process also. When there is a no regular supply of goods, then the production process will be get. Sixth point. See, for when you are planning for any production process, for in the management level, first you are undergoing any of the starting of the organization, the first step will be the planning. So when you are planning in a proper way for the production process and other levels, that should be done through cost of production. That means you should do the planning in a proper way. There should not be any wastage. Okay. So cost controlling should be there when we're in the purchasing the raw materials, hiring the labor, using the equipment, whatever requirements is there you need to cost control means you need to supervise how much it is required. To that extent only you need to take into consideration. So this is called as a cost controlling, and you need to use some techniques also. What are those techniques? The techniques which you are using should be for the reduction of cost. Suppose if you are keeping 1 lakh in the starting of the business. Okay, you are keeping 1 lakh in the starting of the business. So this 1 lakh, when you are keeping over the one-time investment, when you are undergoing the activities of purchasing raw materials, converting it into finished goods, the process which is going on from starting to the end of the product, the utilization of 1 lakh, within a 1 lakh only you need to complete the finished product. Okay, it should not go beyond the 1 lakh. So how, if which type of a planning, which type of a technique, which type of a cost control you need to do to the best, you need to reduce in the cost in all the ways, and within below 1 lakh. That means if you complete the production in 90,000, the leftover the 10,000 will be your profit, additional profit, which you can call for in the business before selling the products. Okay, this is the 6th point. 7th, to ensure regular supply of goods to the consumer at reasonable prices. When you are giving the best, affordable and reasonable prices, the customers will be asking more of the more products. If there is an increase in the demand of that particular product, there will be more supply of goods. If there is a more supply of goods, means there will be more production. There will be increase in the production also. Okay, so these are the objectives of scientific management. Okay, and just now we have seen different authors are saying different definitions regarding the scientific management, principles of scientific management. So here I want to show you the principles of scientific management. See, have you got this? Principles of scientific management. Okay. This principles of scientific management. Why the strength is reduced today comparing to previous classes?
Week off, ma'am.
Week off. In the weekend only we will be having the classes because of Sunday.
Ma'am, Monday also we have class.
No, again you have on the 9th and 10th.
9th and 10th.
Yeah, again
Up
you
to the
have
12th, na, ma'am.
up to yeah. Yeah, okay. See, now if we'll move to the principles of scientific management. See, the first point we are seeing is development of science for each element of man's work. Here we are developing the scientific development of science for each element of man's work. This principle suggests that the work assigned to each employee should be observed and analyzed with respect to each element or a part. So when we are assigning the work, like with the help of the division of work, we have divided the division of labor also. So after division has been completed, there will be a work assignment. So when the work which has been assigned to employees should be observed and analyzed with respect to each element or part and the time involved in it. That means within a what period of time the worker employees are completing this work, as to decide the best way of performing the work and to determine the standard output. That means by observing this analysis, here we can understand what is the performance of the employee in the organization, and we can determine the standard output also. Here standard output leads to the person working in the organization, how he is going to do, what is his works, man's works performance, everything. Okay, so here by his performance, the work which has been assigned to them within a period of time, he is completing his work or not. Basing upon all these, we can determine the standard of the employee, standard of the worker, and we can give an appraisal to him, and we can promote for the higher promotions basing upon the element of man's work. Okay, and the next thing is scientific selection, training, and development of the workman. Second principle is the scientific selection. Scientific selection means, as we have seen in the previous topic only, who's that? Who's getting disturbed? Who's this? Shweta and Hashwin. Mute yourself both, or else I'll be removed from the class. K Shweta, K Shweta. Hashmi, you also. I said in the previous class, when you are in the class, mute yourself, I said. The others will be getting disturbed. Yes, scientific selection training. See, once the selection has been started for each and employee through the recruitment process, it is essential for efficiency in production that workers should be selected with due care. Due care means it should be checked once and twice whether he is eligible for this particular work or not. Okay, their skill and experience must be matched with the requirement of the respective job. Okay, and whether they can perform this job or not, also they need to check. The employees should be selected on the basis of test and interview. So in every organization, the first thing will be they'll be conducting the test. If they are qualified with this test, what is going to happen? They'll be conducting the interviews, right? So in the interview also, they are giving their interviews in a proper manner, they will be getting selected. So the workman selected must be given a training also after he is selected. After the interview, if he is selected, he should be giving a training for specific task which he has been assigned. If he is a fresher, okay, training must also be arranged to develop their abilities. Okay, to develop their abilities and to improve their performance, because in every organization this is must, as mostly done in all organizations for the improvement of the performance of the every worker. Okay, and the third point is close cooperation between worker and management. So why there should be a cooperation between the worker and management. It is only through cooperation. When there is a cooperation between the management and managers and the workmen, can ensure the work is carried out in accordance with the plans and standard of performance. When there is a cooperation, if the cooperation communication is not there between the manager and workmen, then they will be raising the misunderstanding. So this misunderstandings leads to conflicts between the managers and the workmen. So always there should be a cooperation. So the person, Tyler, the author Taylor, believed that basically interest of workers and management should be same. If there should be a common interest. If the workman interest is different and the manager interest is different, then there will be no unity, and the universally the work going on will be getting disturbed. Okay, the one should be accepted, the decision taken between the interest of the everybody as a common interest, taking all the interest into consideration and take one decision as a common interest. Okay, so the workers want more pay and management greater production. By producing more, workers can earn more. Okay, management is expecting more greater production. So in this situation, the workers should also get more pay, increase in the remuneration. Okay. So by producing more, workers can get a more remuneration. It's easy to secure the cooperation of the workers. So there should be a common cooperation and coordination between the workers and the employees. Okay. And the fourth point, maximum prosperity for employers and employees. What do you mean by prosperity? Yes, anybody? Prosperity. You people are in the degree level. Prosperity. No answer.
The state of being successful.
I don't want definition. I want the meaning. Yes. What do you call the prosperity? The word meaning I'm asking.
Achievement.
Achievement.
Success.
Huh?
Ma'am,
Yes.
getting successful in a particular thing, what
Success, welfare,
See, I can give an example for this. Prosperity, which is called the person he is with a healthy, wealthy, and having a rich from starting to end of his full life. Okay, that means he is having a money as well as happiness, which he needs in his life, is called as an prosperity. Okay, so here why we require prosperity here? Wealth and success, yes. Why we require prosperity here? See, maximum prosperity for employers and employees. Prosperity means every person is interested for this. Here, employers, owners or manager, they want to become a rich, and they want to be a successful, and they want to be a happy full life in life. At the same times, employees also working under the certain organization, under the employees also expecting the same prosperity. Even they want to earn the good pay, good remuneration, and good name to success in their life, and they want to be a total life to be happy, to fulfill their life. Okay, So both the employer as well as employees, both of them, they require the prosperity. So maximum prosperity for employers and employees. The aim of management should be to secure maximum prosperity for the employers along with the maximum prosperity to each employee. This is obviously possible if there is opportunity for each employee to attain his greatest efficiency. Anyhow, the employer here is already he has been attained. Already he has attained a prosperity level, so that only he is in the employer or manager level. Okay. Now coming to employee, the employee who is working under the organization, if he want to get a maximum prosperity, so what he should do to attain his greatest efficiency? To greatest efficiency means his efforts, his skills, his intelligence, if he is keeping to the greatest level, so then he can also earn a prosperity, means earning a more pay, happiness, and successful with a rich life. He also can gain the same life what the employer is getting. Is it clear? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you difference between the employees and employer. EMPLOYER. Employer is a person called owner.
Who gives
Like you
job
can
to the
call it
people?
as an you can take example as a higher authorities, board of directors. Those people are called the employers. Employee,
Working under
EMPLOY,
them.
working under them. We can call them as a subordinates also, workers also. So somebody is asking now what is the difference between employer and employee. Employee is a worker, employer is a owner. Okay, is it clear? And coming to fifth point, division of responsibility between management and worker. See, there should be a division also. When you are planning work, there should be a division. So what is the planning of work? The main planning is that the responsibility of the managers is execution of the planned work to the responsibility of workers. What they are going to decide, the work allotted should be given to which worker to be done, within a what period they are going to complete, their performance level, all this will be taken into consideration. Okay, Tyler advocated separation of two kinds of responsibility. Each individual may be able to perform the task to the best of his abilities. Okay, each individual means each performance, he's performing his own task for completion of the goal oriented of the organization. He is putting the best of his abilities, his skill and his knowledge, and he will be compensated with a good pay accordingly. Thus, the efficiency of performance of managers as well as workers may be secured. As the more the efficiency workers are going to put and the more the performance given by the managers, both are giving, if they are giving the efficiency performance by the managers and workers, then the organization will be successfully goal oriented. Okay, the division of responsibility between the manager. The manager should be done his work, allocating the work to the workers according to the work performance, and the worker should perform his, putting his best abilities for the development of the organization and successful of the goal oriented according to the best within the competitive level they are going to perform by the management as well as the workers. And the sixth point, mental revolution. Mental revolution is the workers and managers should have a complete change of outlook. See, complete change of outlook means when you are under a certain organization with respect to their mutual relations and In relation to the work effort, mental revolution requires management should create suitable working conditions and resolve all problems scientifically. Mental revolution means within the management level, the workers should attend to their jobs with utmost devotion and be careful, and they should not waste any resources of the organization. Okay, instead of fighting or dividing the surplus or profit, the management and workers should cooperate to increase the efficiency of the production of the organization. They need to avoid the mental revolution in the organization. Workers and managers should cooperate and change the outlook of the organization when they are attending to their jobs with utmost devotion, and be careful. They should be careful. They should not waste any resources of the organization. If any such kind of thing they are doing means, the compensation should be bared by the worker. Okay, and there should not be any fighting in the organizations. And see, this is the sixth point. This is in another page which I have been not shared. Sixth point, mental revelation. In the page number 27, you have
301, ma'am. Page number.
in the textbook, page number 27, ma'am. And in the test paper means, I don't know. I'm telling about the textbook 27 page number. Okay. So there should be a cooperation between the workers and managers. Sorry. Okay. The problems, if any problems they are facing under the working conditions, that should be solved all the problems through scientifically without any problematic. And the workers should attend to their jobs with utmost devotion. They should not take more of the leaves. If any sudden situation or unhealthy reasons, they can go with the leaves, and should the organization should not be get disturbed by any of the workers. Okay, the organization should get always a good and utmost faith with worker or subordinate working under the organization, but it should not get a bad impression. We should not create a bad impression. Okay, so all these points comes under the principles of scientific management. Okay, and here we have a small topic that is advantages. This is important advantages of scientific management. So I'm sharing this also. Just check. Yes, have you got it?
No, ma'am.
See, advantages of scientific management. So what are the benefits with the scientific management? The benefits or advantages or merits are one and the same. Okay. See, first one is the provision of better working conditions. Here we are getting the better working conditions. Scientific management provides a proper atmosphere of work to the workers, proper working hours, followed by the rest pauses, adequate lighting, ventilation, ensuring proper safety, provision of many other amenities. Okay, to the workers. If worker is getting a better amenities and safety for him, he will be willing to work under any organization. Is it that or not? Yes. In this situation, the worker is getting satisfied and she will be showing more of the interest working in that organization. And the second thing is reduction in the cost of production. This scientific management will be reducing the cost of production, reducing the cost of production and increase production with the help of mechanization and latest technology used in producing the methods. When you are using the more inventions and innovations, latest technology, then there will be cost reduction in the production levels. Okay. On account of large scale production, per unit cost of production is reasonably reduced because here you are using more and more technologies, inventions, latest technologies. So this leads to what? Reduction of cost. Okay. When you are comparing to the previous cost of production, latest cost of production, always there will be a cost of reduction. Why? Because previous machineries costs are different, technologies are different, and present machineries are different and technology is also different. When you are comparing the cost also, comparing to the previous equipments and present equipments, these are reduced. Okay. And the third point, instruction to workers. Always you need to give an instruction to workers. Under scientific management, work is carried out scientifically. Okay. Always giving instructions to the workers by the management, detailed instructions, proper guidance provided to workers in order to carry out the work in accordance with plans prepared in advance. We will be preparing a plan, terms and conditions, guidance. So these workers should follow all this. If you are not following the instructions, terms and conditions, guidance given by the organization, then you will be removed from the organization. Okay. And then better quality of products. Here with scientific management, standardization and effective supervision and better quality products are ensured. Okay. Here you are getting a better products. Then better utilization of resources. Here the scientific management techniques ensure optimum utilization of resources. Optimum means not more, not less. How much we require is called optimum. Optimum utilize, which we each, if it is required only, that is utilized. Okay. Optimum utilization of resources like materials or manpower or methods or money and equipment, whatever it may be. It removes inefficiency of every kind. If it is inefficiency, it will be removed from the organization. Okay. And then benefits of division of labor. Benefits also here. Why? Because through scientific management, the principle of specialization, the persons who are specialized under any particular work, they have been divided according to their labor. The person who is fresher, this person will be allocated to another work. So here specialization also they are going to take into consideration, they are going to adopt, and under scientific management ensures benefits that the division of labor work is simplified and it is carried out in most economical and efficient manner. Economically means financially also it will be beneficiable for the worker as well as manager. Okay. And higher profits. The another advantage is a higher profits here. Here we, through scientific management, we are earning the higher profits. Increased productivity and large scale production leads to more turnover and enhanced profits for investors. The higher profits can be utilized for plowing back or self-financing in order to provide sound financial base to the concern. When you are earning higher profits in increased productivity, large scale productions. The investors are also showing more the interest. The higher profits can be utilized for plowing back. Plowing back means the investments which you have kept, the returns you are getting back again is a plowing back or self-financing in order to provide financial. You need not move to other financial institutions. The returns you are getting, you can keep aside. Okay, and whenever you require the financial, you can take from the financial, take that as a financial assistance to the organization. You can't move to the outside for financial assistance. Okay, so all these are the advantages through scientific management. If we are following the scientific management, these are the advantages which we are getting. Okay, from mostly for the worker point of view and for the organization point of view also through cost reduction process. Okay, so with this topic scientific management we have been completed. Okay. And see, I'll be asking some fill in the blanks. Productivity can be increased when right person is employed on the right dash. Productivity can be increased when right person is employed on right dash.
Right job, ma'am.
Just now we have right job, yes. When right person is placed under right job only, we can increase the productivity. Then who is called the father of scientific management? Starting in the definitions, I said no. Who is called the father of scientific management?
Frederick
Frederick.
Winslow
Frederick,
Taylor.
yes, Taylor, very good. And to the prominent contribution of scientific management are standardization and productivity improvement. Both are considered. Okay, standardization is important as well as the productivity improvement is also important. Then Dash was a foundation for work study and other productivity related techniques.
Scientific management.
Scientific management was a foundation. Okay. Tyler suggests to separate dash and dash functions.
Planning and doing functions.
Planning and doing function. Here some multiple choices are also there. Planning and doing function, yes. The practice of management by whom? Practice of management. Peter, yes. Peter F. Drucker. Philosophy of management. Philosophy.
Oliver Sheldon.
Scientific management.
F.W. Tyler.
F.W. Tyler. General and industrial administration.
Harley Tyler.
Henry Fayol. Fayol. Ford Motor Company USA.
Henry Ford.
Henry Ford. Henry Ford, yes. Okay. And in the next class, we'll see about the, just now we have seen about the Frederick Wilson Tyler scientific management. In the next class, we are going to see about the Fayol's principles of management. Okay. This is a very, very important and exam point of view important question also. 14 principles of Fayol's principles of management. Tomorrow we'll see this. Okay. Is it clear or do you have any doubts in this?
No, ma'am.
This is Henry Fayol's principles of management. We are going to complete the block 1. Okay,
Okay.
very few strengths today. Okay. Okay, leave for the day, and next class we have on the 9th. Okay, same as for 10:30 to 11:30. The schedule will be sending by the sir. Okay,
Okay.
bye.